I wanted to have this up on my YouTube page and on my audio blog page in time for Halloween 2019, but as I was working on this video, I had some health issues. See my other YouTube video, I almost died, or the audio vlog, near death, for what happened there. So this got delayed and I'm putting it up now just for the fun of it, and just to allow you to still see my reaction to this crazy video. So, enjoy the video, or audio, depending on which one you're listening to. Warning: federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under Section 17 USC 107. Yes, my friends, we're doing something a little bit different here in DGD Media World. Reactionary videos or response type videos, something I haven't really done before, although back when I was doing the Bewitching Hour, I'd do little quick segments responding to news articles and stuff that other people had sent me. But this time around, let's see if we can expand it out into something a little more interesting, more in-depth response. And to start off, we have some crazy moron here who thinks there's something significant about October 13th, and of course he's looking at the satanic ends of Halloween. What a moron. But let's see what he has to say here.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show.
Well, thank you for that polite welcome. A call for an uprising, huh? Well, I'm not sure if it's the uprising you're expecting with the crap you're spewing out of your pie hole. But anyway, what's on your mind today?
As most of you who follow the channel know, I try to point out these satanic ritual dates on the satanic calendar.
Ritual dates on the satanic calendar? I didn't even know there was a satanic calendar, but why the hell would you do that anyway?
I do it just because it's important for spiritual warfare to know what's going on. I've always felt that way, at least. I understand some people say, well, why do we need to know? Well, you don't necessarily need to know. If you're not interested, obviously don't listen to the video. I'm not trying to create fear and paranoia by saying this is what goes on during these dates.
Ah, so you're doing it to create fear and paranoia. And I'm sure you're going to do it based on bullshit information that actually means nothing and that is totally made up and pulled out of your ass, right? Oh, and by the way, what kind of weapons are we using for spiritual warfare?
But people should be aware because a lot of abductions occur. A lot of animals go missing. This is stuff that actually does go on. It's been going on for hundreds of years in this time period because these are significant dates for the Satanists. This is when the veil is at its thinnest. This is when offerings are given to Satan, specifically during this period of time, which starts October 13th and runs to the 31st, which is Samhain, Halloween night. All we truly need in this spiritual warfare is God, is the scriptures, is prayer. But during these specific dates, it's important to make sure you are in prayer and you're aware that spiritual warfare is running rampant. And that if you have animals and stuff like that, you should definitely keep an eye on them. The myth of a cat getting abducted on, All Hallows Eve or on Halloween, it's not a myth. Okay, stuff like this doesn't just become a myth. Oh, did you hear the cat got killed? It's been going on since witches have been here. So you could date it back as far as you want to date it.
Another brainwashed moron confusing Satan and witches. First of all, real witches, followers of the religion of Wicca, do not believe in your fictitious boogeyman, Satan. The Christian church made him up to keep your people in line. We don't sacrifice animals, we don't sacrifice humans, we don't sacrifice anything, really. Total fucking moron. Going on as long as witches have been here, you say? Well, Wicca, or the practice of Wicca, the beliefs, customs, and traditions of Wicca predate Christianity. So I guess it has been going on for a long time, according to your stupid ass.
So this period, which starts the 13th, as you know, with Aleister Crowley and the law of reversals, 13th is 31 backwards. On the 13th, they begin their preparation for All Hallows Eve and Samhain. This is like an abduction period. They hold ceremonial preparations for sacrifices and human sacrifices during this time period, which leads up to October 28th and 30th, which is, this when they start doing their blood rituals, their human sacrifices each day. It could be a male or a female. And then October 30th and 31st, which is All Hallows Eve and Halloween night. That's where they perform sexual orgies, sexual climax. They summon all sorts of demons. There's animal and human sacrifice that occurs. And it's when the veil during this period is at its thinnest. What that means is that it's easier for them, their spells are stronger during this period because it's easier for them to summon demons from the other side for their black magic rituals and all this disgusting, embarrassing stuff that these Satanists partake in. So it's important during this time period to stay strong in your prayers. It's important during this time period to just keep an eye on your pets. Okay. And I know people go, oh, that's ridiculous. It's over the top. Listen, if you go down, I don't know where, anybody out there lives, but if I go into my town or a town, and I do, when I do leave the house, I see signs all the time, especially during ritual seasons, of missing dogs, okay, that just, they're just missing. They were in someone's backyard, caged in, and then the dog goes missing. The dog didn't jump over the fence and run away. Okay, people aren't kidnapping the dog because they said, did you see that dog next door? What a beautiful dog. We should take the dog and keep the dog for ourselves. These animals are taken for sacrifice rituals. That's what they're taken for. People aren't stealing other people's pets and then selling them on the black market. That's not how it's working here. Okay, that's just not what's going on. But they want you to think that that stuff happens, but they don't bring attention to abductions and kidnapping of animals, and they certainly don't bring much attention to the kidnapping and abduction of children, which is just ridiculous that is something in an election period. Like right now, they don't talk about how many kids are going missing and how the child sex trafficking industry makes over $32 billion annually.
You moron. 13 is 13, 31 is 31. Stop looking for backwards code, backmasking, or whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm sure that's not what Aleister Crowley meant by the law of reversal, meant being the opposite of what Christianity teaches. And as far as animal sacrifices, like I said, witches do not sacrifice animals, humans, or anything else. In fact, I did a quick Google search on animal abductions and disappearances in the month of October and around Halloween, and I found this blurb on theleadernews.com, separating fact from fiction. The truth is that animals being harmed at Halloween is mostly a myth. Does it still happen? Sure. Just like it does every other day of the week. According to pet experts, October does not show a higher percentage of animal cruelty or injuries. It's just highlighted more. News media also continues to do keeping your pet safe on Halloween stories every year, yet statistics show there are no increased cases of this. In fact, more animals are injured, lost, or traumatized on July 4th. And that's from theleadernews.com. And as far as children being abducted, I don't know of any statistics that say that there are more child abductions on Halloween or in October than there are any other time of the year. And I suppose that some of the cases that we hear about where a child is abducted or taken from its family, has gone missing, and they later find the child dead, I'm sure some of those cases the child was killed in some type of ritual sacrifice, the Church of Satan or some other perverted interpretation of that, but I'm sure not all of them. And as far as the sex trafficking goes, children are abducted for that all the time, all year round. There's no statistics that I found to show a higher rate in October again. And people say they don't talk about it. Yeah, but President Trump has talked about it quite a bit. Even at one of his State of the Union addresses, he talked about how many sex trafficking rings were stopped at the border due to his increase in border security. This jackass is just making shit up out of his ass, trying to demonize Samhain. Yes, it's pronounced Samhain, not Samhain, you idiot. Do your research, get things right. And he's just trying to demonize the holiday. The veil's the thinnest, allowing the souls of the departed to come back to Earth and hang out with their loved ones here in the world of the living. Samhain to the Wiccan religion is to honor the dead and remember those that have passed. And from this point forward, my friends, he just kind of prattles on and on more and more about animal sacrifices and child abductions and sex trafficking, so I'm not going to cover any more of the video. It's potentially regurgitating enough as it is, so I think we're just going to end it here, my friends.
Get hot! Play to win! Go to DGD_media on Zazzle.com and browse the store for lucky merchandise sure to boost your confidence. From Father Day ties to golf shoes, wear them with pride. Artist David G. Duke of DGD Media, another ace in the hole brought to you by ChoiceTreasures.com. Let artist David G. Duke zazzle up a page for you. For more information, go to www.choicetreasures.com. Play to win!